Good morning, boys and girls. It is time for math. I've already seen you for morning meeting, and I hope that you went on for your reading lesson and your social studies lesson. It's time for some math. Today is Monday, November 23rd, 2020. Can you say it with me? Today is Monday, November 23rd, 2020. Good afternoon, boys and girls. Let's check out the days of the week first. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. January, February, March, and April, May, and June, and July, and August. September, October, November, December, 12 months in a year. All right, so today is the 53rd day of school. The last day was 52. I made 52 with the gold group. So we have 53 up here. We have lots of different ways. I kind of changed the ways that we made 52 and just moved things around a little bit. We have 60 subtract 7 equals 53 for some of you who like to subtract. We have 50 plus 3 more equals 53. This was an interesting one. Believe Nick started with 12 last time, so we're going to start with 13 this time. 13 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 equals 53. 53 plus 0 equals 53. 30 plus 23 equals 53. And then we have some money here. We have 2 quarters. Who knows? 25, 50. You're right. That gives us 50 cents. And then we have 3 pennies, 51, 52, 53. 53 cents right there for the 53rd day of school. In our last one, we have 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 3 more equals 53. And actually, I think this one might have been Dominic's and this one might have been Nick's, but sorry about that, friends. So we have lots of different ways we can make 53. Does somebody have another way up here in their head? Nice job, friends. Now we're going to move on down here to talk about our fractions here for a minute. All this month we've been talking about fractions, and we know fractions express a number of equal parts of a whole, right? And if you take a look, this fraction here is cut into 4 equal parts. 1 part is colored, so we call that 1/4. This is cut into 2 equal parts, and we call one of those parts 1/2. We have 4 equal parts here again. This one's actually 8 equal parts. And over here, we haven't really talked about this one too much. We have 3 equal parts. We call those thirds, and this would be 1/3. A whole. Talked about this a lot when we were playing our fraction game with our pies. If all the pieces are colored, we call it 1 whole, right? If all those pieces are colored, we call it 1 whole. Divided into equal pieces, but if they're all colored, it's a whole. Now we know 2 equal pieces. We call those halves. One of those pieces is colored, that is 1/2. And one of these pieces that is not colored, that is 1/2. 2 pieces, that bottom number shows us the 2. That top number shows us the 1 out of the 2 pieces. And then we talked about those fourths, right? And today, during small group, I'm going to ask you to look around your house and see if you see any things that are divided into halves or things that are divided into fourths, or could be divided into halves or divided into fourths. All right, the 2 other really important things that we're going to talk about today, we are going to do a little bit with dominoes, but the one thing I'd really like to talk to you about is time. We started talking about time to the hour, and the only thing that we really discussed so far was that hour hand. And I drew an hour hand, that shorthand on the clock. And we talked about as the shorthand moved around, we talked about that hour hand, but we didn't talk about that second hand. So if you take a look at this clock right here, The shorthand is on the 1, and that is the hour hand. The long hand, the second hand, is on the 12. When it is the time to the hour, that long hand is always on the 12, and that shorthand shows us the hour. So we know the shorthand here is on the 1, the long hand's on the 12, so we know it's 1 o'clock. Now, as it moves, that shorthand's on the 2, that long hand, that second hand's on the 12. Now we know it's 2 o'clock. Okay. Now moving on to the next one. The shorthand, you got it, is on the 3, and the long hand's on the 12. We know that this is 3 o'clock. We're going to keep moving. Shorthand is on the 4. Sorry, friends, I moved my wrong one over first. My shorthand is on the 4. My long hand is on the 12. We know that this is 4 o'clock. Hour hand, second hand. That long hand is the second hand, and the seconds are 0, 0. No seconds. When that long hand's on the 12, that's where we're at. All right. Shorthand's on the, you got it. Shorthand's on the 5 now. See that hour hand? So we know it's 5 o'clock. Second hand, long hand's on the 12, 5 o'clock. Moving along. Okay. Where's the shorthand? Where's the hour hand? You got it. That hour hand's on the 6. That long second hand's on the 12. So we know it's 0, 0. No seconds, right? 0, 0. Okay, moving on. Hour hand's on the 7. Long hand's on the 12. So we know it is 7 o'clock. Shorthand, hour hand's on the 8. Long hand's on the 12. We know it is 8 o'clock. Shorthand's on the 9, hour hand's on the 9, long hand's on the 12. You're right, it's 9 o'clock. You're right, shorthand's on the 10, long hand's on the 12, 10 o'clock. Shorthand's on the 11, long hand's on the 12, 11 o'clock. And here's our last one. And this one might seem easy, but it also might seem tricky. When the shorthand's on the 12 and the long hand's on the 12, we know it's 12 o'clock. And I'm going to give you an opportunity to practice this with me today and tomorrow. And I think you're going to be really good at this one. The last thing that we're going to look at here is some domino magic squares. We're going to look at counting up some dominoes. Take a look at these dominoes and tell me, what do you notice about these dominoes? Okay, I heard somebody yell that here we had 3 and 1, and here we had 2 and 2, but you're right. They have the same number of dots. This domino has 4 dots, and this domino has 4 dots. We're just making 4 in different ways. We're making the 4 in different ways. What would the equation be for the first domino? Oh, and I heard a friend yell it out. You are right. 1 plus 3 equals 4. That would be the equation for our first domino. I'm going to make it a little bigger there so you can see it. How about our second domino? What would our equation be for that second domino? What do you think? Can't be 1 plus 3 again because we have a different number of dots here. Oh, I heard you, friends. You said 2 plus 2, right? We have a double there. Both of these dominoes have 4 dots. This one has 1 plus 3. This one has 2 plus 2. All right, so this is how a magic square domino is going to work. So as I'm coming across here, right, I have 1 plus 3. We're going to put that number right here in the box. We're going to put that number right here. You already did that with me on the other page, right? We have a 4 there. Now we're going to move down to the second part of our square. And we're going to go across here. And we're going to say 2 plus 4 this time. Now I can either do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or I can start with 4 and say 5, 6. I can add either way, and I'm still going to get the same answer here. So we know that this one is 6. And I'm going to put the 6 in the box, right? Okay, now I'm going to come over this way. And I'm going to say 1 plus 2 going down this direction. And if I'm going down this direction, I'm going to add the 1 and the 2. And when I add the 1 and the 2, what do I get? You are right. I have a 3. And now I'm going to move my shield over this way. And I'm looking at my 3 plus 4 this time going down. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I could have started at the 4 and I could have said 5, 6, 7. You might like to do different strategies, they're adding up. So now we figured out this one is 7 and we're going to put a 7 in this box. Now it's time to see the magic. Okay. Now we're going to see how this magic works. Okay. We're going to see 4 plus 6. I'm going to talk about that. 4 plus 6. Okay. 4 plus 6. Should I start with 6 and go up 4 or 4 and go up 6? Let's start with 6 and go up 4. If I'm at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know 4 plus 6 equals 10. Now we can't write a ton in this box until we're sure that 3 plus 7 equals 10. So let's start at the 7. Okay, let's start at 7 and let's add 3. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ding, ding, ding. So now we can put a 10 in that box because both ways that we solved it, we know our answer is 10. And that is how I add the magic square domino, because I am adding across and I'm adding down. In both ways, we found the same answer. And I know some of you are like, Mrs. Rivera, I knew 4 and 6 were 10, and I knew 3 and 7 were 10. And that's fine, but we still have to double check it and double check it slowly to make sure our numbers match. So whether I'm adding across this way or I'm adding down this way, still the same number of dots. So the magic is we found the same answer. Now, do you think if we do this again with 2 different dominoes, the same thing will happen? Well, let's try it one more time, right? If I have 2 plus 1, what's my answer here? You're right. I have 3. We're going to move our 3 right in there. And now we're going to try the next one. 3 plus 3. Oh, I heard you. It's a double. You're right. It's no trouble for me to add doubles. So we have a 6 in there. So we have a 6 in there. Now let's go down. Who can do 2 plus 3 for me? Oh, I heard you yell it out. I know that's an easy schmeezy for you. So we have a 5 here. And move that up a little bit so you can see it. And now let's try this one here. 1 plus 3. I know. Easy, easy for you. And we have a 4 here. So now the magic will work if 3 plus 6 is the same as 5 plus 4. So let's try it. 3 plus 6. Let's start with a 6 and go up 3, shall we? So 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so we know 3 plus 6 equals 9. Now it'll be good if our other side's going to be 9 too. It's going to be that balance, right? Let's check it out. 5 plus 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. You know what I like to say? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We have a 9 that's going in there. So for those of you who said, yes, even if we change it and we use different dominoes, it's still going to work out the same. Why? Why did you say that? And I hear a lot of you saying, because it's still the same number of dots. And you're absolutely right. It's still the same number of dots. 3 plus 6 is 9. 5 plus 4 is 9. So I know in your take-home work, your at-home work, there is some magic domino squares, sorry. So now you will be able to do those. So if you are struggling with those, hopefully this will help. And I hope that that time to the hour is right up your alley. All right. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.